that's me, Starstream, back for review today. But this one's just going to be a little bit of fun, alright? I'm going to do my top 10 corny horror films, so don't expect anything great. And if you're disturbed by crappy films, I suggest you just turn off now, alright? So, here goes, my top 10 cheesy horror films. And what could be number 1 out of that? Wait and see.
Here we go, number 10, House on Haunted Hill, a remake of a classic black and white horror film, remade into something which I can only describe as something even more hideous than the initial film was meant to be. It's all I can say about this one. Okay, here we go, number 9, Wrong Turn. Well, to be honest with you, this film is not great. Kirsten Dunst probably could have done a better one, and to be honest with you, judging by the name Wrong Turn, I think she probably made a wrong turn when making this film. Be prepared for some really cheesy horror scenes, that's all I can say. Here we go then, number 8, Dracula 2001. Now, Christopher Plummer's in it, so you would naturally assume it's going to be a good film, something of some calibre or class. No, I'm afraid not. It's entertaining, and it's got 7 of 9 in it. Because she's not really an actress, is she? It's just 7 of 9. But it was an entertaining film. I put it in number 8, and I thought, why the hell not? It's enjoyable. Number 7, When a Stranger Calls. To be honest with you, it's not a great deal to be said. It really sums up for itself. She's in a house, apparently babysitting, and she's called and harassed by somebody, and when she tries to pinpoint the location that the calls are coming from, it's inside the house. So naturally, we have a little bit of a hoo-ha. Very entertaining film. I must say, I recommend anyone look out for this one. It's a good cheesy film you can throw popcorn at.
No, not at all. I'm just the babysitter. I think the maid set off the alarm.
Okay then, number 6, Five Girls. That sounds kind of interesting, doesn't it? I don't really know what to say. They possess powers unique to each of them. So they each have unique powers. They're like X-Men, really. One of them has a healing power, one of them has... well, one of them's blind, which isn't particularly useful, unless you like walking into walls. It's an entertaining film, I must say. I will tell you, I'll spoil the end for you, because I'm a rotter. They all die. There we go. So, look out for that one. Okay then, number 5, The Fog. A classic film, it's a remake of a Jamie Lee Curtis one. Now, I'll be honest with you, I quite like this film, and I've got nothing really to say against it, other than the fact it is so cheesy. So, if you want an easygoing horror film which doesn't live up to the hype or the expectations of the previous one, go see it. That's all I can say. Number 4. Okay, I'll be honest. I like Jeepers Creepers 1. It was a good film. It was quite dark and quite a morbid end. But the second one, I'm afraid, I'm sorry, it's a joke. It's an absolute piss take of the first one. It's not even funny. It's just a stupid film where they're all stuck in the bus for most of the film, and then they get out and run around a bit, and there's this mad vigilante who comes after them, and that's it. And then you know he's going to come back again, the bad guy. So, grief. No, not a good film. Number 3. Okay, Dog Soldiers. Now, this is an English horror film, so be prepared for really, really bad effects and lots of people you haven't heard of. Sean Pertwee's in this, and that's good for me because I know who he is, but other than that, most people really won't unless you watch Doctor Who, and I don't care. It's really good film. It's so entertaining, and the effects, the corny effects, just make it something special. Go see it if you can. Number 2, I Still Know What You Did Last Summer, which comes after I Know What You Did Last Summer. I liked I Know What You Did Last Summer, but I Still Know What You Did Last Summer? Does anybody really care what you did last summer? Well, apparently this guy with a hook for a hand does. And And if you watch the first film, you'll probably get the story. Let's face it, it's not rocket science, and neither is the film, and I'll be completely and utterly honest, neither is the atrocious acting. Julie! He looks like he's permanently shocked, this chap, doesn't he? Oh, it calls to mind Wing Commander. I won't go down that road. Ooh. Okay then, number 1, which is Scream 3. Now, I love Scream 1. I thought it was a brilliant horror film. Excellent. Number 2, I thought was hedging towards slightly corny. And number 3, that just really takes the cheese, or the cake, or the biscuit, or the pie, or anything else that's going for it. I loved this film. Everything about it was a spoof on all the other films, and it done it tongue-in-cheek. It wasn't a comedy, but it just had that element to it, and the way they acted through this film, I absolutely loved it. There was no question in my mind. Now, of all the cheesy horror films that I've looked at this evening, Scream 3 wins hands down every time. And I imagine most people have seen this film. And if you haven't, you've really missed out.
Well, there you go, there's my top 10 cheesy horror films, and I must say, Scream was one of my favourites. I thought the first one was the best, the second one was cheesy, and the last one was just corny, so that's why I put it in. And I don't think any of us ever going to see a moron dressed up like in a Scream outfit now, are we?
You call me a moron? I don't like that name, moron. Alright, Sydney. I don't even care if your name isn't Sydney. I'm gonna call you Sydney anyway, because I don't know any other names, so it's just Sydney. And anybody who's watching this is gonna be called Sydney. And it's the best film I've ever made.